so what we're going to paint today is this rooster. So I have actually painted this rooster now 4 times. And the first time I did it was actually on a cutting board, because really you can paint with oils anywhere on any canvas or any material as long as there's some sort of tooth to it, so to speak. Tooth means that it's just got something to grip onto. You can also prime anything with acrylic or gesso. You hear a lot about gesso when you hear about oil painting, but really you can prime it with acrylic. I know many artists start an underpainting with acrylic so it can dry faster. So that's an option. But like I said, this is my 4th time painting this, and that's why I'm a huge advocate of learn, paint, repeat. So this will be the 4th time that I'm doing this, and I'm doing it with you in mind. I do have a standard palette. In this painting, I'm actually going to add 4 other colors to our palette. So if you skipped over the tutorial on how to do daily painting, go back and go over that, because that color palette that I used in that apple is the one that we're going to be using today. And they are some beautiful colors. I love these colors. So, and the really, really great thing about this painting is we really don't need a lot of medium, because if you buy the Gamblin products for the paints that I'm about to use, they're so rich and beautiful and smooth that you don't really need to add any medium. So, okay, here's what we're going to paint. Check it out. This is little Rooster. Okay, here he is again. And here's the drawing. So the drawing, like I said, if your favorite part is not drawing, you can purchase this pre-drawn on my website. Just there's a link in this tutorial. Just go there and you'll be given a 50% off coupon. So you can have this pre-drawn sent to your home. You don't really have to worry about drawing it. And you get to skip to the best part, which is, you know, painting. I love painting. Okay, so let's get started painting. One of the things I like to do first is to wet my brush using the Gamsol. It does a couple things. One, it makes my brush a little bit wet so it's easy to move the paints around. The other thing that it does is actually breaks up the bristles from my previous painting experience, because regardless of how well I wash them, sometimes they get a little bit stiff. So the Gamsol helps loosen them up. In this painting, one of the first things that I'm going to do is grab some of that cobalt teal, and I'm going to start painting the background in. Now remember, as we paint this, we're going to be painting in layers, and so it's going to have multiple layers of the paint, so this is not going to be the last time you touch this background. There I just added a little bit of that Prussian blue, so I'm playing with the cobalt teal and the Prussian blue. Notice how I'm moving over them and kind of blending them in together. Another thing I'm going to say here, I move relatively quickly, and that speed came with time. I know I teach a lot of people how to paint and they see me move pretty quick. That, again, just comes with time. You don't have to move as fast as I do. Take your time, be deliberate with your strokes. Notice how I haven't really cleaned my brush yet? I'm playing in between these 2 colors, cobalt teal and Prussian blue, continuously. And they are just playing really well together. They're very vibrant and fun colors. These are colors I wish I got to play with a lot more in my paintings. Grab a little bit of the Gamsol again to help the paint move just a little bit. Gamsol is not only a brush cleaner, but it is also a medium that you can use to help thin down your paints. It's actually going to help dry the paint faster. One of the reasons I move back and forth between the dark and the light, that's Prussian blue and cobalt teal, is an effect that I create in most of my paintings is the bottom is always darker and the top is always lighter. I also like to bring light around the subject's eyes, so there I just grabbed a little bit of the titanium white so that I can make the light around the chicken's eyes and head just a little bit lighter. That's where I want the attention to be. His feet to me just aren't interesting, so I'm going to subdue those quite a bit. The other thing I do with my light and darks and playing with it, I like to create a little bit of an angle. So the light helps control how your eye moves around the painting. So your eye is naturally drawn to the light area, and that's where it's going to go first and then start to move around. I also adding a little bit of titanium white here because these other, the Prussian blue color is a very translucent color. By adding a little bit of opaque to it, meaning the titanium white, it's helping make it less clear so my lines don't show. Okay, I want you to go ahead and pause so that you can paint in the background. Again, you're going to be using cobalt teal, Prussian blue, and titanium white. Take your time, fill in from light to dark, and however you would like, or dark to light. And notice how I go over the entire background in those three colors.